Today we're going to factor out a trinomial where b is negative and c is negative. So the same principles apply. I want to multiply two numbers to get a negative c, so my signs are going to have to be different. And then I want to add to get a negative. So my negative number needs to be the bigger one. So let me explain by showing you one. Here, I'm going to factor that out. There's my x times x. Now then, I know my signs are going to have to be different for them to multiply to get a negative, because a positive times a negative is a negative. Let's see, 4 times 3, that doesn't add to get 11. 6 times 2, that doesn't add to get 11. How about 12 times 1? Well, if I put my bigger number negative, my smaller number positive, those multiply to get a negative 12, but they add to get a negative 11. So there we go. That's one. Let's try another one. Now I'm going to work with a negative 6 and a negative 5. So to get x squared, it's x and x. For them to multiply to get a negative, I know my signs are going to have to be different. And let me think of everything I can do to get to 6. I can take 3 times 2. Well, that's not going to work for a negative 5. How about 6 times 1? If I make the 6 negative and the smaller number positive, 1 plus negative 6 is negative 5. I hope you're starting to get it. Let's do one more just to make sure. I'm going to factor that out into binomials. And I'm going to think, what multiplies to get me 10? Well, 10 and 1, but I can't get 3 out of that. How about 5 and 2? I know my signs will have to be different. Let's make 5 is bigger than 2, so I'll make that one negative. So 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, but then 2 plus a negative 5 is a negative 3. So there we go. Whenever you have a negative b and a negative c in your trinomial, I hope that helps you figure out how to factor it back out. If you have any problems, just shoot me an email. Thanks.